In this video, we are going to report the team score in football tournament. Hello, this is Jagan from Grow with Data. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in SQL with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. Welcome to the 11th video of our Advanced SQL 50 interview question series. We have different topics to cover and we are now covering the questions related to the basic joins between tables. This video will be tagged in Advanced SQL 50 questions playlist. The code we discuss in this video will be uploaded to GitHub. The link for the GitHub page will be in the video description part. Now let's see the data set first and we will talk about the question in detail. So we are given two tables. One is the teams, the other one is the matches. So teams is the dimension table for the teams. It got the team ID and the team name. So team ID is the unique identifier for this table. When you see the matches, it got the match ID, which is the unique identifier, and we have the host team and the guest team. The host team are the one who hosts the game in their home ground, and the guest team are the one who visits the host team. And they have got the goals, how much the host got and how much the guest team got. So here the match ID is the unique identifier, right? So if I want to get the team names, so then I have to look for the host team and then connect with this team ID to get the team name. So these are the basic tables. Let's create the table. Now what they're asking us to do is they asked us to find the score of all the teams after all matches. So the points are scored in three ways. Let me show you the points table. So the team scores 3 points if they win the match. That means their score is greater than the other team. And the team receives 1 point if they draw the match. That means both the goals has to be same. And there is no points if they lose the match. So it's like 3, 1 and 0. That is the points they are going to get. Okay, so based on this, we have to find which team got more scores and which team got less. So the expected output is going to be the team ID and we get the team name and how many points they got. You put the number of points in the descending order. If there is more than one team, then you put the team's name in the ascending order. Right? So we got New York and Toronto as 3. So we order based on the team names. So this is the expected output. Okay, to start with, we have to first find the host team and their score, right? So where to start? Select from the matches, right? From the matches table, we say M. First we get the host team as team ID, right? The dimension we got team ID as the column name. So we just give the host team as the team ID, and then we are going to have a case statement with the 3 rules. If it's 3 point, 1 point and no point. So we say case when the host goals it's greater than guest goals, GU guest goals, then the host wins. So it's 3 points. Now when you say the host goals is equal to the guest goals, that means the matches draw, so you got 1 points. If not, they lose the game, so it's 0. So this is the number points, right? So if I run this for the first one, it's 3 points because it's 3 to 0. The second one is 30, it's 1 because it's draw, 2 to 2. Third one is for 5-1, so it wins the match, so 3 points. So 20-30 is 1-0, it wins, so 3. So 50 and 30 is 1-0, so it wins. So last 3 they got the win, the second one they got the draw, and the first one they win. So 3 and 1. So this is good from one side of the story. There is the other half of the story, right? Because we got the host and whether they check whether they win or lose. The same way there is a guest. So we have to find the guest score also. So what you do, you take the same data set and you do for the guest. Instead of the host team, we are going to say the guest team. Right? So select the guest team as the team ID, and then we got the host team. Instead of that, we just say guest. The guest goal, okay, here host and guest. So guest, just do this way. All the guest goals. Now we go with the host goals. The other way, right? So completely we are changing the host to the guest so that we find the guest score. So if I delete this and run only this, so you got the same, right? So if you go here 20, it's 0.3, they lose, so it's 0 point. And for 10, it's 2-2 as a draw, so you got 1. For all the other matches, the guest team loses. 50, it's 1-0, so lose. For 30, it's 0-1, lose again. For 30, 0-1, lose again. So all the last 3 are the guest lost the game. The first one they lost, so only the second one is a draw, they got the score. So this is the second part of it. The first part we had the host. Now we are going to do the union all. That means we just completely get this data set and you merge with this data set. When you run this, you got both the teams, but we need the team name, right? So what we can do, we can just add the dimension here, or you can add it at the end. You can just try with the basic one. Add every time. Join teams t on t dot team id equal to the m dot host team. The host team is the team id, right? So we do that. And for the next one, we do the same. Instead of host team, we just say the guest team. Oops, sorry. So it's going to be the guest team. Okay. Now we are going to get the team name from the teams table. We say t dot team name, same and the comma, right? Okay. Same goes to the next one. Team dot team name. If I run this, now I got the team ID, the team name, and how many points they got, right? It's good. But if you see the results, these are all aggregated, right? For 10, it's like 3, 6, and here is 1, 7, right? So they aggregate the values. So how will I aggregate? I keep this as a CTE table with all data points as, I take this as a CTT, POIN is better, NTS. Now I take this CTE table and I'm saying select from this table. So what are the things we are getting? Team ID, team name, and the sum of number of points. So you see, we can say A dot team ID, A dot team name, and aggregation, sum of A dot num points as num points. So A dot, since we use aggregation, We just say group by team ID and team name. If I run this, I got the score: San Francisco, New York, Atlanta, Toronto. Right? We got San Francisco, New York, Toronto, and Atlanta. You have to order that, but okay, you can just keep it for now. But if you see this, Chicago, they got 0. That means this guy, right? Chicago number 40, they are not at all in the list. 10, 20, and 30, 50, right? The 40 is not at all in the matches list. That means they never played a match. So if they don't play the match, then they ask us to display as 0. So if they don't play the match, how will you bring it here? There's no way you can bring it with this data set. So what we do, we get the teams table and keep that as a primary table as T, and then we do the left join of A on A dot team ID equal to the teams dot team ID, right? So the teams table becomes primary. So I take the team ID and team name from the teams table and the score from the all data points, the data set we have, the CT table, right? If I run this, I got Chicago, but the value is null. That means if the value is not there, it shows null. So we got the value, only thing is we fix that to 0 if it's not exist. Now you got it. Chicago, it comes 0. But they ask us to show the values based on the number of points and then based on the team name. So I just say order by 3 is the number of points, which is descending order, and then the team name in ascending order. Now if you see this, it sorts based on the number of points. San Francisco stands first, and then New York and Toronto, it orders number of points, then the team number, and then Atlanta, Chicago, they never played the game, so we brought that in and make it as 0, right? So we matches with the expected output. The main point to notice, it's not a one-way thing, right? We are not going to hold this in a one-way part. We are going to check both the host side as well as the guest side. So bring in both those data sets and then we merge and then aggregate based on the team ID and the team name. Right? The aggregation is done. But since the team which is not played should also come for the final result, we brought teams table as the primary and the dataset CT table as the secondary, and you make sure there is no points for the team. Better make it as 0 rather than showing it as null. So we got the expected result, and we just did the order by to make sure number of points in descending order comes first. If there is a more than one team for the same score, then we just order based on the team name. So that's the order by. So this is a basic question, but it takes a lot of work, right? So if you break down into chunks, finish this first and then go union all this, and then you get the CT table done, and then you do with the CT table, right? When you do step by step, it's going to be easy to understand and you can recreate the SQL. So if you want to copy the create statement and the SQL, then you go to the YouTube channel. This will be in the advanced SQL 50 question series, right? So every video will have their GitHub link in the description part. So that will take you to the code base. So the one we are seeing now is the 11th video. So that will have this link, which got the teams and the matches, the expected output, and the SQL we have here, right? So this part, when you connect with the teams to get the name, you can do this in the CT table itself or after this, right? You can just use the team name here. So we can try to delete this because anyways we are bringing the team name, so we don't want to connect this. We go here, we don't want to connect with this. So we have a CT table without the team name, right? Because we are getting the team's team name. Now if I run it, okay, it throws an error. Team, comma, okay, comma, and here it's comma, and team name is not there. We remove it. So we got the same result, right? So unnecessarily we brought in the team's name within the CT table, and then we just did that. So we delete that teams join from the CT table. We did that directly here. So it gives a little bit of performance, right? We removed the teams table used twice. So this is a much better SQL than what we saw before. So I can change this CT table part, but this query is much better when you use this teams in the end. And if you want to join the WhatsApp channel, there is a link here. You can use this to join the WhatsApp channel. And hope you like this video, and thanks for watching.